What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news. We keep you up to date and keep you informed with everything that the government does. Now, if you haven't seen my last video, I would highly suggest go check that video out. Share that video with anybody and everybody you can. It tells you everything you need to know about the Democrats and what they did in 2020 to secure the election, quote unquote. Yeah, those quotations were sarcasm. They didn't secure the election. They ensured that they won that election to save America from Donald Trump's authoritarianism. No, yeah, they cheated and won, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the frickin' border and Joe Biden. New proposals, y'all. Yep. Oh, we're cracking down on asylum. Check this out. Biden administration looks to speed review of asylum cases with new dedicated docket. Oh, yeah, so now they're going to speed run all these asylum cases and just so they can get more people in here before the freaking election. We just heard the other day that freaking Arizona, it's apparently a civil rights violation to ask somebody if they live in this country, if they're a citizen of the United States. Yeah, it's a civil rights violation now. Check this out.
1st, 2024, court finds that Arizona voter registration provisions violate federal law. There it is. The court previously ruled that Arizona may not require documentary proof citizenship to vote in a federal election. U.S. District Court for the District of Arizona struck down an Arizona requirement that individuals seeking to register to vote must list their birthplace as a prerequisite to registering to vote. The court ruled that the birthplace requirement of House Bill 2492 violated a federal law that prevents election officials from rejecting voting materials for errors or omissions that are not material to determining a registrant's qualifications to vote. The court previously ruled that Arizona may not require documentary proof citizenship to vote in a federal election. What?
The Biden administration is taking aim at the backlog of asylum cases for those who have recently arrived at the border, creating a dedicated docket in the hopes of more swiftly adjudicating the claims. Although largely a matter of managing the court's workflow in seeking to address the lingering cases, the administration is going after a problem that GOP critics complain allows migrants to spend years in the U.S. before facing potential removal. Yeah, so do you really think that the Biden administration wants to hurry up with all these asylum cases so they can get people out of the country? No, this is a rigged system to allow these people to come in. Of course, they're going to be a lot more lax with these asylum cases. We all know what the Biden administration is doing. I've went over it several times. They're trying to get more power through the census. That's the long game, by the way, but that's what they have to do before Donald Trump comes in and tries to deport most of these people, which hopefully he will, because they have freaking flooded the country with these people and they're overloading systems all over the place, destroying the economy, destroying cities, destroying the budgets of these cities, because now they're having to house these migrants, give them credit cards with hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per month, by the way, on these debit cards, putting them up in hotels, putting them in high school gyms, for God's sakes, turning your kid's gym into a damn detention camp or something, or homeless shelter for migrants, for God's sakes. It's outright nuts. We have so many of these people in the country, and Joe Biden is just fanning them right on in, y'all. It's just insane to me. And now he's trying to speed that process up. And the corporate press is telling you he's doing it so he can get more of these people out of the country. Yeah, freaking right. Right, like a vast majority of these people are seeking asylum. Yeah, right. While asylum status is designed to help those fleeing persecution and danger, many seeking it who pass an initial screening at the border may not ultimately qualify for the protections, which cover only certain classes of people and circumstances. Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas said in a statement that the new docket would accelerate asylum proceedings so that individuals who do not qualify for relief can be removed more quickly, and those who do qualify can achieve protection sooner. Yeah, that's what they're doing it for. Yeah, do you really think that the Biden administration is going to kick more people out or allow more people to come in? Yeah, you tell me down in the comment section. This administrative step is no substitute for the sweeping and much-needed changes that the bipartisan Senate bill would deliver. Yeah, the amnesty bill. But in the absence of congressional action, we will do what we can to most effectively enforce the law and discourage irregular migration, he added. And he's calling it irregular migration. That is the most ridiculous term I've ever heard. It's called, we call these people criminal aliens. That is the legal definition of what they are. It's called an illegal migrant. Illegally migrating, not irregularly migrating. What does that even mean? Irregular migrating. These people are nuts, y'all. There is currently a years-long backlog of more than 3 million cases working their way through the immigration court system. Oh, just 3 million cases, huh? Yeah. Hang on. That doesn't correlate very well to the estimated... The general numbers are about 9 million criminal aliens in this country, but the higher estimates are around 20 million, which is closer to what I believe, because 300,000 people a month for 4 years almost. Yeah, you do the numbers on that and tell me what you come up with. That is not to mention of all the other criminal aliens that were already in the country. But, as for my quick estimates, yeah, that's about 15 million criminal aliens in this country. The new docket for single adults who cross between ports of entry mirrors a similar one already established for family cases. The docket will be in use for cases in 5 cities: Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York, and judges will face a 6-month timeline for reaching a determination in the case. The plan does not, however, include funding for additional immigration court judges, something a bipartisan immigration package considered in the Senate would have included. A senior administration official said judges have already been identified who will be focused on the new cases, and that a dedicated workforce would be able to handle the new cases on a more expedited timeline than, say, the average immigration case. Another official stressed that the length of time for the system is currently weigh such cases as being exploited by smuggling networks, some more effectively combated with deportations. Yeah, those smuggling networks are outright insane. These people are smuggling criminal aliens all over the place. For God's sakes, Dr. Phil, I'll say it once again, Dr. Phil came on national television and said that CBP agents were smuggling children and women into sex trafficking rings. And nobody has disputed that. Nobody has come out and called him a crazy conspiracy theorist. Why? Why has nobody called him that? That sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, don't it? But we have seen, I've read the stories, Texas National Guard, the people that were supposed to be there to stop these people from coming in the country are actually taking $5,000 to $6,000 to smuggle humans into this country. So if Texas National Guard are doing that, do you think CBP is not doing what Dr. Phil said they were doing? Yeah, if they are, that is nuts, y'all. It's almost verifiable at this point that they're doing it. We are confident that reducing the time it takes people to go through that process and being able to deliver consequences for those who are not to have a legal basis to remain in the United States in the form of a removal is the single most effective tool we have in our toolbox in order to deter dealer migration, the official said. Yeah, freaking right. Once again, like I said, do you really think that the Biden administration is going to try to stop these people from coming into the country and staying in this country? Do you really think that they're going to kick all of these people out? They may kick out a few people, but for God's sakes, they've let so many criminals into this country. Just look at the rise in alien criminality. I mean, we had the case with Laken Riley, but that's not the only one. There has been a spike, a major spike in criminal aliens committing crimes, raping kids, raping women, murdering people. For God's sakes, it's getting outright nuts. And the absolute overflow of criminal aliens that are here, that are flooding these sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, is overloading their systems. For the mayor of New York, for God's sakes, said it's going to destroy New York's budget. It pretty much has destroyed New York's budget. He said he was having to divert like $1 billion from other places, right, where they need more cops. They had to call in the National Guard to the subway system because of the crime was getting so bad. And then you got the corporate press, the mainstream narrative machine, getting on there and saying, oh, I took the subway the other day. I was just fine. Yeah, they're not going to the areas where the crimes are being committed and trying to tell you everything is fine. But we had news articles come out, people getting punched in the face, women getting punched in the face, which, honestly, it's not funny, but I laughed at because when you vote for Democrat policies, that's what you get. You get punched in the freaking face. It's funny as hell. And these people want me to feel sorry for them. These women want you to feel bad for them. That's why they're getting on social media talking about themselves getting punched in the face. Yeah. That's what Democrat policy does. Like I said, Democrat policy will punch you in the face. It will punch you in the pocketbook. It will punch you where it hurts every single time because they're trying to progress society, y'all, into some insane ideology, some insane vision of what they think where society should go, where men can be women and women can be men. And little boys can transition to the other sex, and that boys and girls should play in each other's sports, and all this other crap. It's like, what are y'all doing? We have to have norms in our society. We need to maintain biological norms, for God's sakes, right? Like they try to say, oh, it's all just natural. They were born in the wrong body. Well, how come a cow is not born in the wrong body? How come a cow or a monkey doesn't try to change their gender? Oh, because of technology? Yeah. Give me a freaking break. No, it's because they don't think like that. You're not born in the wrong body. You're just confused by society who is telling you that it is okay to be trans. That's what's going on. It's not anything to do with biology whatsoever. That's why they're trying to separate sex from gender. Because they know that the scientific biology is not on their side on this argument. They can easily be debunked with science. There's no science whatsoever, regardless of what these people tell you, that will say you were born in the wrong freaking body. I'm sorry. It's a mental disease. It's called gender dysphoria, which, look up the definition of dysphoria, and you will see why it is a mental affliction. And why that it should not be affirmed, for God's sakes. Yeah, we should not affirm that. We don't take any other mental disorder and go affirm that. We don't affirm paranoid schizophrenia, for God's sakes. We don't tell your Uncle Tom that, yes, his toaster is trying to kill him. His microwave is conspiring with the government to take money out of his bank account. You don't go and tell him that. You tell him, no, that's not what's going on. And you try to give him medicine to stop him from thinking that way. You don't try to change his sex. Or you don't try to make him think that, yes, the toaster wants to kill him, that the toaster is actually a Chinese communist assassin come here just to take him out. No, we don't do that. So why are these insane affirmationists trying to affirm somebody's delusion is beyond my ability to understand. Why they would want to put somebody in a box where the suicide rate is much higher than normal, right? Instead of trying to desist them from doing that, trying to stop them from doing that, trying to put them back into the normal box where suicide rates are much lower. It makes no sense to me. But I've gotten off topic. But like I've always said, this is a free-for-all, generally speaking. I'll just talk whatever the hell I want to talk about, and hopefully y'all will ride right along with me and talk about it as well. But I think that's all I got for this one, y'all. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all let me know what y'all think about the asylum bullshit down in the comments section. Do y'all really think that Biden is doing this to speed the process up so he can get more people out of the country? Yeah, freaking right. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.